Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy responds to retirement reports, confirms Star Wars succession plan. I am not going to be here forever. All right, Lucasfilm President Kennedy has just responded to reports that she is set to retire later in 2025. Earlier this week, Puck News claimed that the veteran film producer, the getter of coffee for better producers, was looking to retire at the end of her contract this year. Additionally, Puck claimed that Kennedy previously considered retiring in 2024, but decided to hold off making a decision. While Variety reported that a source close to Kennedy called Puck's story pure speculation, the Hollywood Reporter confirmed the report. Now, Kennedy has responded herself. According to Deadline, Kennedy is working with Disney boss Bob Iger on a succession plan 13 years into the job, which Star Wars Rebel creator and current Lucasfilm chief creative officer Dave Filoni apparently in a strong position to take on the role. Shit. Dude. All right. However, she insisted the truth is, I want to just say loud and clear, I am not retiring. I will never retire from movies. I will die making movies. Is the first thing that is important to say. I am not retiring. Okay. While Kennedy confirmed that Lucasfilm has every intention of making an announcement months or a year down the road on an eventual succession, she continued to stay at Lucasfilm. That involves producing the upcoming Mandalorian movie and Star Wars film from Deadpool and Wolverine director Sean Levy. Sounds like plans are very much in the works for Kennedy to step down from her current position as president of Lucasfilm, but that doesn't mean she is leaving the company behind or retiring from the movie business. All right, I'm not going to be forever. She said, George asked me 13 years ago to step in, and and then you stabbed him in the back. Now I'm looking for who's going to replace me. As I said, we have a bunch of people internally to handle the business creative side, and the job has grown. Also, since I stepped in, there is no streaming. There was no streaming. There weren't a lot of things that we're involved in right now to go on, so it has grown. Kennedy also denied she's been pushed aside or in need of being replaced, insisting that is absolutely not the case and would not be further from the truth. Her tenure includes overseeing a new sequel trilogy that comprises Star Wars Episodes 7 through 9, as well as the start of Star Wars streaming. No, it's just the crap that she did. All right. So what do you think?
All the wonderful projects.
Yeah. It is everything with the shit. And for whatever reason, I don't I would say that I don't get it, but I kind of do. It doesn't matter how bad everything goes. None of these people want to give up any kind of power that they've gotten.
Yeah, to their almost 80 or 90s, you know?
Bro, you see it through this, like politics. They got to drag their old ass into whatever.
But it seemed
You're
like
talking about that senator from California. What was her name?
Feinstein.
Einstein.
Yeah. What you saying, Elton?
But it seemed like this is from her own accord, right? Like she wasn't pushed or like, outside forces.
Bro, that wasn't going to happen. Everybody knew that.
Yeah.
You cannot fire one of the only if not very few or only extremely powerful women executive. That was not going to happen. Not in Hollywood. No, that was not going to happen. She can fail every damn day. She has completely ruined Star Wars. It does not matter. It is about
she
optics.
ruined Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Basically killed him and made her look stupid in the movies with the movie they made.
The whole direction of the Star Wars. So
yeah,
under her tenure.
I mean, the only good thing was she had the Mandalorian, and then she still screwed that up.
Yeah, the Mandalorian was really good when she had nothing to do with it.
Season 1, Season 2. Once Season 3 came out,
isn't that funny?
She started putting her finger in there.
Right.
And everything went down the shitter after that.
Yeah, and then they want to replace her with Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni, the lover of his own shit.
And then with his wife.
Yeah, so it's just all I can say is I have hundreds of books in Legends, so they can do whatever the hell they want. Okay, I don't care.
But if they put Filoni as the main guy in charge
Mhm.
and they're still losing money, you think that this will be different? They'll fire him?
Him, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was thinking. Because Kennedy is more powerful, you know. It's not like Filoni's like Kennedy.
She's connected.
That's what I'm saying.
Spielberg and her husband is a lot of old school connections. The funny thing is, I just had this conversation with my mom about, and a couple of people, actually, not just her, how we in this weird transition stuff where everything is transitioning from how things used to be to how whatever the hell the future is going to be. And it's just like every transition is going to be bumpy. So I don't know what the future is going to make of this. Just keep in mind that at one time, the most popular IP was the Lone Ranger. Right? There was a
Yeah.
time when the Lone Ranger, the Phantom, that kind of stuff. Tarzan huge. Tarzan was huge. So just because something is super popular, that don't mean it's always going to be like that. Especially if the people who you like put in charge of it either don't care, don't know what to do with it, and this is what you wind up with.
Yeah, but she was trying to make a Star Wars for girls.
Right. Which was dumb because then the whole reason that they bought it in the first place is they had they had way too much stuff for girls. There's like they wanted to appeal to boys, and then they completely destroyed it. But they that is how Disney works. They Disney princess everything. They get Black Panther. What did they do with Black Panther?
But with the girl, the
Right.
sister.
They Disney princessed it. So it's like that's what they know how to do. They don't have the talent in order to be able to branch out because they don't know how to do that.
Plus, she was in charge of hiring all these writers too, right?
Yeah, she's a big chief. So she she took who she wanted from Lucasfilm. Everyone else who was frustrated, whatever, they it's like they left. And the funniest thing is Bob Iger was commenting a couple years ago about how video games are really big and we need to figure out how to like
Tap
branch
into
off
the
into that.
market.
Right. And everybody was like, dude, you had a 20-year-old, like Lucas Arts has been around for 20 years. The idiot you put in, like you let be in charge of Star Wars killed it. They had a game coming out that everybody was looking for. Level 1313. You was a bounty hunter. That game. You had another game being done by the person who wrote the Uncharted games. She killed all that because she wanted to push her own crap, and then her crap was crap. So I'm like, yeah, and I did the Critical Drinker did like a video and I added some commentary to it. And my
Yeah, that
commentary
was funny.
Well, yeah, basically it was like you push people into apathy. Most people don't care. Your Star Wars fan base, they care about Star Wars, but they don't care about Disney Star Wars.
I mean, that's when somebody has nobody will tell her anything. She has all the power, and this is what happened when somebody has so much power and they have no check and balance. Tell her, hey, you know what, this is wrong. She don't care.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure she has heard, like from the fan base, from netizens, like, oh, like the Disney Star Wars is not good. I am like 100%, 1,000% positive she's heard it, but she just is like doubling down on everything.
Well, look, it could also be that you have enough power to create your own orbit, so you don't hear any of that stuff. So
In the
did they tell
bubble.
you? Yeah, they tell you that everything is great.
It's
It is
fine.
awesome. Everything is fine. I don't know.
You don't think like she has heard like the people like? Oh, well, that's true, huh?
Yeah,
Like
but
Yeah.
most
you're
likely
so
her
caught up.
advisors and all that, they're like, they're scared to tell her all this. They'll say, oh,
They're all like,
it's
yes,
great.
man,
It's great.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, towards the end, that was the issue with George Lucas. Towards the end, it was everyone he surrounded himself with, like, oh, George, that's great, man. Yeah, let's stop the movie and put a go-kart scene with like some little kid for some reason to going around in circles. Yeah, that is great. Yeah, let's have the little 8-year-old tag a ship.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like you can basically create your own bubble, and these people will tell you that nah, that's just trolls.
That's
They just
true, huh? Yeah.
yeah, they
Like
just
you're really led to believe like, oh, what you have is like a flawless product. Yeah.
they just had a bunch of the people who love the Disney Star Wars thing put out a whole video about how they were it was about the acolyte and how they were the majority and the people that who's yelling and screaming are just trolls on the internet.
Oh, okay. I see
And
what
they
you
did
mean.
yeah, they did like a whole video. And these people actually believe that. I'm like,
Oh,
bro,
this
it,
is from which YouTube channel, or like straight
it,
from the Disney Star?
no, this was like some like collection of Disney Star Wars kind of shill type channels where
Oh,
everything is
okay.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, right, right, right.
yeah. So in their whole worldview, it's just a couple of a handful of trolls.
Right, it's like the my quote unquote the minority.
Right.
Yeah,
Like so it doesn't you don't need like a whole collection of people around you to make you think like that.
that's
You can just
true.
do that on your own.
That's true.